Today's movie is Rambo 3, which is essentially the end of the original First Blood trilogy. And now in First Blood, there is one death that could really be chalked up to an accident. And in First Blood Part 2, I think Rambo kills 45 people. So what his mental state is by the third one is really anyone's guess. And we still want to be as respectful as possible. So if something is just a kick-ass 80s action set piece, then I have my intern Jerry ready with an air horn. And if something is poignant and thought-provoking about the human side of war, then Jerry will play the solemn slide whistle. I'm not sure how that's going to go. We had a long debate over which instrument would be the best to convey sadness. And after Rambo walked off into the jungle at the end of Part 2, we find him years later as a combatant in a Thai fighting competition. And I imagine for something like this, the tickets for the front row are probably dirt cheap. Like, I will pay the premium to be out of stick range. And Rambo unleashes beast mode and just destroys his opponent. But he refrains from delivering a killing blow, and it seems like maybe Rambo is finally finding some peace amid all the sadness of his life. Okay, that kind of worked. I don't think we're going to upset anyone today. So Rambo goes back to the village where he's helping to rebuild a monastery, and he's tracked down by Colonel Troutman, who is accompanied by U.S. Embassy Field Officer Bob Griggs. Griggs tells Rambo that the Russian army has invaded Afghanistan and is slaughtering civilians.
Bacon, Reagan, Palestine, terror on the airline, Ayatollahs in Iran, Russians in Afghanistan.
See? This is what Billy Joel was singing about. And also a space monkey mafia, which I have tried to look up. I don't know anything about that. But how adorable would that be? Little monkeys in spacesuits and fedoras with big old cigars.
But over 2 million civilians, mostly peasant farmers and their families, have been systematically slaughtered by invading Russian armies.
He even shows Rambo a picture of the atrocities. Now, 3 years ago, just that simple exchange would have ended with Griggs being hunted through the jungles of Thailand by a crazed John Rambo. But Rambo is a stick fighter now, and he lives by the stick fighting code. Only hit people with sticks, and only if you're being paid. And Rambo says that his war is over and he walks away.
Looks like we got a long walk down those stairs.
Now, Griggs is clearly hinting that he wants Troutman to carry him down on his back, but I don't think Troutman's going to fall for that one. And Troutman decides one last time to convince Rambo to join the mission.
We didn't make you this fighting machine. We just chipped away the rough edges. You're always going to be tearing away at yourself until you come to terms with what you are. Until you come full circle.
Sorry, but it's got to end for me sometime.
Does the slide whistle work? Maybe we shouldn't use that one. I don't know. What would be considered the saddest instrument? An instrument that never gets played? What the f***? That was shockingly profound, Jerry. But I'm sorry, that threw me a little bit. It's weird to hear something so sage and sincere coming from a man that I've seen actually fall through an open manhole. Like, I thought it was just in movies, but yep, he was just on his phone and fell right in. So Troutman goes on the mission and gets immediately captured, and Griggs goes to tell Rambo about it. And Rambo volunteers to go because he's just so easily manipulated into making bad decisions. And Rambo goes to the market looking for Musa, who has the supplies that Griggs secured for him. And the U.S. military budget is just disgustingly obscene. Typical American excess.
And this? What does this for?
It's a blue light.
What does it do?
Turns blue.
Oh, Rambo with the jokes. Although that excellent zinger used up about 12% of Rambo's glow stick supply. Each one costs the American taxpayers $250 million. In the prison camp, the Russians are really turning the screws to Troutman and take him to see Colonel Zeitzman.
The Kremlin's got a hell of a sense of humor.
Please explain.
And here you are, wiping out a race of people.
Oh, my apologies. I thought you said the Gremlins got a hell of a sense of humor. And I was like, what does Joe Dante's Christmas horror masterpiece have to do with any of this? Yes, we have slaughtered many people. We are like the Gremlins of Afghanistan.
You started this damn war, now you have to deal with it. Every day your war machines lose ground to a bunch of poorly armed, poorly equipped freedom fighters. We already had our Vietnam. Now you're going to have yours.
And without checking, I'm confident in saying that Russia never tried anything like this ever again.
May God deliver us from the venom of the cobra.
Hey, yo, I played a character named Cobra. Yes, it's amazing. Where was I? Oh, yes.
Teeth of the tiger.
Oh, no, it's the eye of the tiger. Not the teeth. It's from a movie I did. It was called Rocky. Well, technically, it was Rocky 3. You know, I fought Mr. T and Hulk Hogan in that one.
And the vengeance of the Afghan.
Was that a line from Over the Top? That's the one where I played a truck driving arm wrestler, and his son didn't respect him. Robert Loggia scared everybody on set. He was just yelling, and he punched Kenny Loggins in the face when Kenny was visiting one day, and I was like, hey, you can't be doing that, Rob, but Kenny was fine. He shook it off.
Yes. Something like this.
Yeah, there you go. And something like this is half the battle, because, now you know. Sly Stallone! Back at the Russians' camp, Troutman is getting tortured for information, and I really hope Rambo doesn't see this. Not because it would trigger flashbacks, but because it would probably make him really jealous that this is the torture Troutman is being given. Like, that seems like it would really stretch out your back. I bet his spine did that satisfying little pop, and he probably feels loads better.
Where are the missiles located?
In your ass.
It's always in the last place you look. Careful, Zyson, you have missiles in your butt. Don't jostle them, they might go off. Rambo and Musa join up with the Mujahideen rebels.
I need 2 men to get me to the minefield and 2 to help with the escape. Then I'll go alone.
And you will die.
And I die.
Oh!
Children die of disease, mines, and poison gas. And the women are raped and killed.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, God, no. Okay. God, okay. The slide whistle does not seem like the respectful choice anymore. We may just be making things worse. And the Russians send 2 attack helicopters, and Rambo races to the 50 cal machine gun, and we finally get the unbridled, no-holds-barred, kick-ass John Rambo. Hell yeah! America, mother... Oh shit, that was a mother and her baby. I keep forgetting that this was an actual conflict that took place in the 1980s, and a lot of innocent people died. Nope, we're just done. Rambo and Musa agree to continue the mission, and child soldier Hamid wants to help, but Rambo says no. Rambo and Musa make their way to the prison camp where Troutman is being held, and they have to carefully make their way across a minefield to get there when Hamid shows up, but Rambo again tells him to go back home. And then he and Musa plant C4 all over the camp, and Rambo makes his way into the prison.
American.
Rambo, you can't just say American and expect people to get excited. You have to list all the things that make America great, like this. Pickup trucks, hot dogs, 4th of July, country music, John Deere, freedom! Football, bald eagles, fried food, NASCAR. Oprah, laser tag, Steely Dan hamburgers.
I'll show him. Let's cancel.
No. Second Amendment milkshake.
Let's cancel, please.
Second Amendment milkshake. Rambo's about to be surrounded by the Russians when, Hamid shows up. I thought he told you to stay behind. You crazy son of a bitch. Rambo is about to free Troutman when the Russians find him, and a shootout commences, and Rambo gets hurt in an explosion, and Hamid gets shot, and the 3 of them make their way down to the sewers, and Rambo sets some explosives and draws their fire, and then blows them all to shit. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit. Wait, what's that last one? Oh my God, there's smoke coming from the break room. Oh no, my Pop-Tart. Did you microwave it in the foil again? Damn it, Jerry. Rambo tells Musa to take Hamid back to the village, and he goes back to the compound to rescue Troutman. But first, he has to push the shrapnel out of his body. Sweet Jesus. Yeah, Jerry's still dealing with his snack, so I'm gonna make a judgment call here. Yeah, no, that's just gross. That's disturbing. Oh my God, what's he doing now? Oh, holy shit. Okay, that was awesome. Rambo busts into the prison and rescues Troutman, and Troutman and Rambo are in a race to get to the border before the Russians catch up to him.
That was close, John. How are you?
Well done.
Now, Rambo is just using humor to mask the emotional trauma of all the killing and violence. Like, he is actually super broken up on the inside. They track Rambo and Troutman to the cave, and Rambo very methodically murders every last one of them, with extreme sadness. And yeah, I could probably put the slide whistle away. It is not that kind of movie anymore. The Russians have them surrounded and they open fire, and they have Troutman and Rambo pinned down, and just then the rebels show up, and it is just nonstop gunfire and explosions, culminating with Rambo playing a game of chicken between a tank and a helicopter. America. So that was Rambo 3, the thrilling conclusion to a movie series that may have started in a parallel universe. Which means that on Earth 12, they got a hyper-violent, over-the-top First Blood, and then somber and poignant second and third entries. And you just know Earth 12's distracted nerd is just making the reverse type of jokes that I am, but he is such a freaking hack. Oh, he probably does like stupid voices and sound effects. Just hack. Hack shit.